Alrighty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel after a long hiatus and basically me waiting to get the new update. We are back. I'm going to try to keep consistent with uploading every day. There's a lot of material to go through and a lot of stuff that we get to talk about. Specifically, one of the things that I actually was talking about possibly happening actually came true, aka the automatic butcherer, which I am super happy about. They call it the PAL disassembly converter, and it's really simple to use. All you do is open up your eggs or whatever PAL you're trying to do in mass quantity, which this makes it really easy to farm for PAL souls and to farm for flowers, for mine wipes if you're into that stuff. Which with me personally doing videos a bunch and having a mine wipe on a consistent basis, these comes in handy quite often, especially for the amount of PALs that I breed up. I don't want to have to exchange the souls out for money, so this makes it to where I can have a literal infinite number of souls. All right, and then after you are done doing that, you come over here. They've also, like with some of the minuscule stuff that they, or not minuscule, but some of the stuff that they've added that's quality of life, they've added a way to favorite your PALs. That way you don't accidentally butcher them. What you do here, very simply put, is go ahead and put them all in there. They line up, they go down the row. Processing is very quickly. One messed up thing is that they have them sleeping when they're going through this. This does not require electricity, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that will change in the future or if this is just like a glitch that it doesn't need it, but at the time, you don't need any type of electricity. But yeah, just like that, we got our bones, we got our souls, and we can not have to butcher everything and sit there and do that for a long time. I got pretty quick at it, but at the same time, it still takes a while. Now, since we got those, and since I got my crusher over here, we can go ahead and put, I'd say like, I don't know, 100. And then that will process, and I'll put that back in the other thing. Some of the stuff got a little, oh yeah, that's the other thing. This thing actually moves now. I was incredibly impressed with that. I was like, ah, yeah. So we got some animation with the crusher while it's crushing. Not sure if the water wheel does it, but we will find out. It does. So the mill actually moves as well. So we got movement on those. Some big changes that have happened. The entire PAL box got doubled. Those of you who have seen my stuff in the past, this was my last page, which I used for like sorting out PALs or stuff that I was doing for the day. And they've literally doubled it, maybe doubled plus one, but I know for a fact it's at least doubled. So you have a lot more space. Not only that, but they also made it to where you can have upwards of 10 bases, which is insanity if you're on a private server. And if you really want to go crazy, you can have upwards of 50 PALs at one base. So right here, I have the capability of putting 46 PALs out right now. Now I don't have the bedroom nor the space to do that, but this will make fighting the raid bosses a lot easier, especially when it comes to the higher end versions of them. Because now you don't have to rely on 15 or 20 PALs. You literally got that doubled plus 10. So this is exciting for me. I like it a lot. On top of that, we got a couple of new PALs, and I will try to pronounce the ones that I can, but otherwise I probably won't. But Doggin, his exclusive skill is basically where he drops a little shield from him and he ends up palm striking right afterwards as a retaliation. Pretty cool. His partner skill, when activated, moves to the closest base, cannot be used within a dungeon. So this is actually pretty interesting as well, because he basically does a insta fast travel back to the house or your base. Kind of like the Wayward Cloud or whatever it is, the things that you can get from daisies that are insta fast travels, but instead of material, he's just got a timer. It's about 1,000 seconds. Can't use it very often, but we got our dark Bushi, which is a Bushi Noct. We got these little guys, which are pretty interesting. Their partner skill is not really that great, but their unique skills that they have is pretty interesting. The exclusive skill is an uppercut smash, and he moves very quickly towards the target. Again, nothing really too much to write home about on any of the main characters. There's no 4s that I have found. I am missing 2 that I have not found yet. We've got pretty much all of them, plus the 2 new ninja dudes, which I ended up catching them the other day. We haven't tested them against anything, but I thought they were cool. I'm like, I'm getting you. But yeah, we ended up getting Dirt Turkey. Kind of interested with this one. Can run fast over sand. He does move pretty quick. When we brought him over the sand, he did move very, very quickly. So I'm actually interested to see how quickly we can get him, or how quick we can get him moving, because he's pretty fast with nothing on him, really. We got our Hell Zephyr Lux, which is really cool. Thunder Rain, I believe, is their exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. It could be one that they hit at level 50. I'd have to check that out. But all I know is that these things have called in tornadoes, and giant tornadoes, not just like the little, like, you know, 2 little windstorms that pass by you at usual. I'm talking about lifts you off of the ground. It was insanity. I hadn't seen it until I got caught in one. I was like, what was that? This guy right here drops bones at the ranch. We get the fire chillet, which you can already guess applies fire damage. Botan quivering, and these little frog dudes. These guys are pretty cool. Not like a super ridiculous ability by any means, but it could be useful. And I imagine that the partner skill will only grow as far as you can go up when you start investing in them. We got this little dog dude. This is actually pretty interesting, and I'm wondering how specifically that this will work. I'm hoping that it's basically you breed up one with the passives that you want, and then you just take this thing out, ride it around in the middle of where you're trying to find the thing, and hopefully the stuff around that actually spawns with those in particular passives. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be the single passive, or if it's going to be all 4, or if level depicts that, or what. We'll have to figure out where that goes when we start working with them. And then we got this chest guy. It's actually a lockpick, and I can only assume once you max him out, then you'll actually end up getting into any chest that you want. Now, with that being said, one of the new currencies that is out right now is the dog coin, which I've been calling Doge because, yeah, why not? But the dog coin is very difficult to obtain. You don't get much of it, and some of the stuff can be kind of expensive. There's not really any good way to farm it. We tried killing out the new vendor that's at the churches now, and that didn't work, sadly. We were also thinking about, because if you look in the actual description, these chest dudes do actually drop Dogecoin, which we can see in the PAL deck. But yeah, as you can see here, when the possible drops from is dog coin, gold coin, or training manuals, XLs. We did end up seeing one of these yesterday, and when I went to go catch it, I didn't have any balls on me at the time, so that made me mad. And they drop from meteors. There's another dude who drops from meteors, but the one that we did get that drops from the meteor is this little dude here, dude, chick, whatever. Again, not really anything too crazy when it comes to the work suit abilities, but it is a dark and neutral type, and this is the new tower boss that you'll be going against. She does fly. It's slow, but she has a decent amount of stamina. This little chickie poo here actually helps out with gardening, crops to grow and stuff like that, so they're really good to have around. And with the ability to crank up of how many you could drop in there as far as pals wise, you're really not going to run out of room. I don't know anybody who's running 50, but trust me, I will find a way. Comes with little shroom dudes. These guys are pretty cool. They can be ridden, which is odd, but they both do the same thing as far as their abilities between the nocturnal one and this one. This one doesn't sleep, but essentially he's in there making everybody very happy. The sanity values drop slower, which is nice. This guy decreases weight of crude oil. This guy here does basically a combination of what the gory rat does, where he increases his strength, but he also does his defense as well. So he's pretty solid dude. Also, we had the menace thing, dirt, or ground rather. Pretty interesting. A lot of new dirt stuff. The ones that I thought may have been fire were actually dirt versions, like the gory rat is actually a dirt version as well. So a bit strange with that. If it was fire, I think it would be overpowered, to be honest, but dirt is fine. We can work with that. Other good news when it comes to the enhancement, you have an extra one. They level cap up to 55, so you have now another reason to go after effigies. And now when you go into the enhancement of the pals, thank God that they added this. It's an actual slider, so you can put all of them in there or not, which is very, very handy. I like that quality of life. Devs are listening. Devs are listening. Breeding has gotten an interesting thing. These guys here, both of them have an in particular passive on them, which increases their egg production by 100%. Now, some people are thinking, okay, I get it, but why have this on there if it's going to muddy up the pool for you getting your perfect passives? This isn't what this is for. This is specifically to work with another one that has the same thing, and you're laying quadruple the amount of eggs. This is something that anybody who knows anything about breeding in this game and has done mass breedings, this is extremely useful, because usually you're doing trash mobs anyway to then fill into your good ones. Now, you will eventually hit your good ones, and usually you hit the ones that you're trying to invest into, as far as with the condenser, way earlier than you actually have the amount of them to do so. So this helps out significantly with that open end side of it, where you can get more eggs very, very quickly. And I mean, it does like quadruple the speed. Before, the ones on the left here could lay 1 egg. These guys laid 4. It's at least quadruple to at least 3 times. It's 200% right now is what that is, as far as its increased speed. So where it is usually 5 minutes, it's a lot quicker. I haven't timed it, but you get it. Right now, you're probably also wondering, but if you played the game already with the update, then you know why we are breeding 4-6. Oh, we might actually have a chance, boys. Please be the one that I don't have. And I got my Ultra Sphere, so we'll use that on here. Yes, it is the one that I don't have. It is very low level. So I haven't used one of these spheres yet, but might as well try. Oh, it's 100%. Well, he's low enough. All right, good. We got the one that we were looking for. Now we need one more to drop, and then we're good. We have all of the new pals, except for Catrus. You mind stuff, hit it. But yeah, so new events as well. You have the meteorites that come down, and with those meteorites comes one of 3, is what I'm thinking. Specifically, it is the Moon Lady, who you see first when you first get into there. And then you have this big old guy. I don't even know what he does. Can be ridden while in team. It's easier to obtain meteorite, fragment, and pure quartz. He must be a miner. He's a mining level 3, so yeah, he's a miner. Interesting. And he's a dragon type, pure dragon type. Oh, it looks like he's like a weird cousin of Jetragon, actually. Really weird cousin. But you also have supply drops that will drop down. They'll have oil in them. Trust me when I say this. Start getting up your electric organs. You can go buy them. I'm pretty sure you can buy them. And get your paldium up as well, because you're gonna need it, and you're gonna need to also farm for quartz. You're gonna need a lot of quartz, which these are actually going pretty good, and these are gonna need to be bred. And you're going to need this power structure. There's nothing else that you're going to be able to do with it. I have tried using 2 regular Orzics, and as you can see how quickly that drops, because this in particular spot as well. So say if you are on a dedicated server, this is the only spot with 3 oil places, as far as I know, and it's actually on the backside of Volcano. It's not even on the new island. A lot of stuff that's involved in this. Modern Stand also got an update where you can literally put the pals that you want on certain areas. Specifically, this is probably better shown at the other base. But yeah, any of the stuff here that you have in production or anything like that, you could just literally, instead of throwing the pals to assign them, now you can physically move them there with this little method. You have sulfur and stone, well, sulfur and coal pits now. I put a sulfur pit in last night, apparently. Yeah, I did. But yeah, the main things that you're going to be needing is quartz, and you're going to need a lot of circuit boards and stuff. So whether you're grinding or buying, not sure about quartz if you could buy any. I haven't really looked for it, and I definitely wasn't grinding for it prior because I never thought that I would need this much, but you do. A lot of circuit boards involved in a lot of these creations, so it's good to try to get those up. I did live stream this the other night and other morning. People that were in there were running kind of the same, kind of doing some same things, just looking into what's going on. Apparently the refrigerated crusher is just a crusher that can do one extra thing, but I'm not even sure if it's an extra. You can turn meteorite into palladium, but the normal crushers can do that off of the meteorite. If you really are desperate, I would not suggest doing that at all. But yeah, from what I've been told, they're kind of meh. Not really super exciting. I think the only other thing that they do that the regular crusher doesn't do is it turns coal into palladium or palladium. We do have the cold food box, but I have yet to make it. I can make it, but I'm not sure of how much I want to do that because that would require more freezer pals, and we'll have to see about if we actually want to make that. But right now I'm trying to get some other stuff built up. Added glass, which requires palladium and stone. They added pillars now. Look at this dude. That's all he does, just walk around. That's all I want him to do, at least. He would, I think he mines as well, but he's not like a ridiculously good miner. Or no, lumber. He also does handiwork, but I cut that off so he wouldn't touch my stuff where I got my other dudes. All he does for me is walk around and make people happy. So yeah, some stuff that we're going to be doing. We are going to be continuing with the is it worth it stuff. Write down in the comments below which pals you guys want to see me do first, and I'll compile them into a top 4 that are voted and put it into the community notes for you guys to vote on it whenever I post the voting on the YouTube channel. We'll see who wins that. One thing that I want to try to figure out is the oil situation, because right now the only thing that I can say is just make a bunch of bases for oil. I currently have 3 going. Specifically, this one right here on this little corner on the backside of Volcano is the only one that I know of that has 3 oil spots. There could be another one somewhere out there, but I haven't found it. But yeah, it's one thing that we need to figure out of the best way of farming, and then the next best thing that we can try to figure out is how to farm the dog coin, because any of these broken churches, by the way, you can go to, and this is where the new vendor's at. So any of the forgotten churches, no. Just save the deer's life. But yeah, he has multicam, which you can actually buy multicam now from the vendor up in the desert at that big building. One of those guys carries the multicam. Not expensive really if you got a lot of money. One thing that this does do is the mystery box accessories is something that you can buy. I'm not sure what this one is specifically. So once you buy the first one, you can't buy the first one again. It extends the slots of your accessories, which now you can have up to 3, and this one makes it to where you can have up to 4 accessories on. You cannot double stack attack pendants. I haven't tried defense and attack yet, but right now I am currently wearing IV glasses, the multicam, and an attack pendant. But as soon as we can figure out how to get this coin going at a higher end rate, not only will we be able to upgrade ourselves further, but we can actually buy the fruits now. They're expensive, but this will be something that I feel would be really useful if we figure out a good way to farm this coin. But until I get, it's either male or female, whatever the opposite end that I have for, oh yeah, I killed him where he stood. He didn't drop any coin, and I tried to capture him to see if I could then sell to him. You cannot sell to that vendor at all. You can only buy from that vendor, so you can't really farm the coin at all from him. And I tried butchering them as well. None of it worked. I have not tried to butcher the chest yet because I only have 1, but once I get a second one that is a male that I need, then we're gonna be looking good. By the way, quite a few new passives and everything. One that actually interests me is Nocturnal, doesn't sleep. So this could be put onto a Frostallion after putting the rest of it to be high-end work stats. Then she becomes the best refrigerator in the game. All you need to do is put that on there. So that's all that I got for you right now. We'll see what this thing is. While in team, it's easier to obtain meteorite fragments and pure quartz. But he has some other moves as well, which we don't have much that we can see off of him because he's only level 33. He is not a flyer, nor is he something that could jump really high. But yeah, I imagine that this is chicken. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That his exclusive move? Nope, this is one that you can find. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty much all that I got for you guys right now. We will be live here before too long, so don't be shy. Come on by the stream. We're gonna be doing a lot of grinding. And yes, if you guys like this video, drop a like. If you guys like my content, drop a sub. We will be going back to uploading every day. I hope that I can keep to that. It's going to be difficult with the given circumstances. But regardless, keep your willy washed, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Leave a comment down below on which PAL you want to see out of the new grouping of them for me to do first. Peace out.